All right, so here we are. This is the end of the module. Step number 9, setting up the autoresponder. Once we're done with this video, we'll have the entire sales funnel created. Now, this is why this is especially exciting. So I'm going to show you two different autoresponder services. I'm actually only going to walk you through one of them, and the second one is just as easy. They have a video tutorial, and the two autoresponder services that I'm referring to is both Aweber and GetResponse. These are both of the two leading email marketing platforms in our industry. So Aweber, I'm going to be walking you through this one just because I've been using this one in the last year or so. And also actually was with GetResponse the majority of the time that I've been an entrepreneur. But I've been back and forth. So I actually started out with Aweber for like the first 4 months. Then I switched to GetResponse just because it was cheaper at the time. And then recently I switched back over to Aweber. So I do have a lot of experience, and I know that it's not that much different than what I'm going to be showing you in this walkthrough with Aweber. They have changed everything around, so it looks completely different than from when I used it before in the past. The same process applies with GetResponse as it does with Aweber. There's really not that much difference. Now, I do have a pre-recorded walkthrough on how to set up the initial account setup with Aweber, and so I'm going to go ahead and transition you to that part of the video. Once that's done, we're going to go ahead and set up the email sequences for each individual training page, and we're going to connect it in our autoresponder service. So I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Okay, so with that said, let me go ahead and show you how to create the account now. So on your main account dashboard, what you want to do is on the left hand side where it says list, you just click on that waterfall of settings here, and then you just go all the way to the bottom where it says create a new list. If you have a fresh account, you shouldn't see any of the lists in here. So we're just going to take this opportunity to go ahead and create one right now. So I'm going to click on create new list, and that'll actually take me to this page. So I'm going to exit out of this one. And once you get to this page, you just put your company name in. In this example, I'm just going to put Modern Keto Practices, and this is going to be demo number 3. So number 3, just for the sake of this video, Modern Keto Practices. So I'm going to go ahead and put the website for Modern Keto Plan in here. So I'm going to take that URL slug and go ahead and paste it in there now. So here we go, modernketoplan.net. And then after that, we choose the address that we're going to have on the bottom of our email. So this is a requirement for Aweber. So if you want, just make sure that you put your address in there. I'm going to choose the one that I've already put into my current account settings. So I'm going to do that and click on next. And we'll want to create a list name now. In this list, we're going to create something that's relevant to our sequence, the email marketing campaign that we're creating. So in this specific case, we're going to name it Modern Keto Practices. So just type that in. And as far as the list description, just for this example, just to go ahead and take care of this list description, I'm going to go ahead and just paste the exact same thing right there. And then the from name, you want to put your first and last name there. So I'm going to go ahead and put Jonathan Coates. And my from address is the one that I have actually verified and registered with my hosting company. So I do have a video on that. And if you're at this point, then you already have your business email created. You just go ahead and make sure that you have that in there. And in order to do that, I'll show you right after this what it looks like in the account area. So what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be selecting our business email. So I can choose either support at jonathancoates.net, or I can choose jonathan at jonathancoates.net. In this case, I'm just going to put support, and then I'm going to click next. So I got to go ahead and change this one because I already have another list with this name. So I'm just going to put number 3. Totally forgot about that. So from here, we choose our language, and I'm going to just select English. And for the subject line, it says choose an approved subject line or request a custom one. So in this case, I'm just going to select confirm your request for information because it's consistent with the opt-in page. They're actually putting their information in the requesting information. We're going to be sending them their opt-in incentive, their incentive for opting in. So that's the one I'm going to have in the subject line. And then this is the actual message that they're going to receive once they put their name in their email. And this is important because they need to confirm their subscription. Now, this allows you to have much more quality subscribers. So I do recommend having this, the double opt-in here. So once they opt in, they actually have to confirm their subscription again, that you will have a much higher quality list. And I do recommend having that. So from here, I'm just going to click on create list. So once you're back on your dashboard, I want to bring your attention to the left-hand side here at the very bottom, and we're going to go ahead and click on where it says My Account. From here, I just want to show you what it looks like to set up your domain and your custom business email, and we're going to place that in here. It's very important that we have this verified. Once we place it in here, they're going to send us a confirmation email to that exact inbox. So
In order to just access it, you just go to it. In my case, I always just have it on my bookmark bar, so I just click on open in a new tab, and then I have my inbox just pop up right away. So support@jonathancoach.com. In this specific case, I have the .net in there. I have a bunch of different business emails that's in there, but it's important to have that rather than a Gmail or Yahoo, Proton Mail, etc. So once we have that, and we're going to verify the email address, it should say verified right here. So now that we have this taken care of, I want to go ahead and show you how to manage your list and customize the settings. So on the left-hand side where it says list, you just go right below where we had to create a new list. We click on where it says manage list. And from here, you just click on the individual list that you're trying to customize. So in this case, I'm going to click on modern keto practices number 3. So from here, I just want to show you the basic settings area. This is where you can actually come to edit your list name if you ever want to change it. And then you have your list description. I just put the same thing in there because I just going through the process for the sake of going through it. But you could actually just put like a quick little meta description in here, just a quick little summary of your list. If your list is about recipes, you can say that this is a newsletter about the most modern and current recipes and practices for this specific niche or subject. So it's just something like that, just something to summarize the subject matter that you're going to be sharing with your subscribers is about. And this is where you can change your from name and your address. So I got my from address, which is the support@jonathancoach.net. And then I have my from name is Jonathan Coach, which I recommend you have. So when they get an email from you, it actually says their first and last name. And then next to that, it just says support@jonathancoach.net. And then you have your contact address. This is actually required to be at the bottom of all of our emails. So you just put your address in there. If you don't want to have your personal address in there, you can go ahead and change this to something else. So I do recommend if you have another address to put in there, just go ahead and put your PO box. So, and then also at the very bottom where it says notifications. So if you want to receive notifications, you can put your name and your email in there and you just click on add and they'll send you a notification for every time your subscriber joins your list, which sounds cool at first, but honestly, after a while, it will get annoying. So I recommend just turning that off. At the very bottom here, on the left-hand side where it says confirmation message, just go ahead and click on that. This is where you can customize if you want to ever change the double opt-in, or if you ever want to make it so they don't have to confirm or have to click on another confirmation button. It's up to you. I'm leaving that decision up to you, but I do recommend that you have a double opt-in. You have a much higher quality list, and it does prevent a lot of spam from coming into your list. So this is where you can go ahead and do that. You'll see it on the left-hand side under list settings where it says confirmation message. And if you want to personalize your list, this is where you can go. So if you want to have like a logo or an image for it, you can put your website URL, you can put a signature for your email, underneath all of your newsletters and in training pages that we're going to be sending out and setting up. And this is where you can connect your Twitter or your Facebook page. This is a social media sharing area. You can connect your social accounts to share a link to your broadcast.
Okay, so we're back now. Now that you have everything set up and your account is created, what we need to do now is we need to create the messages, and we're going to connect what we took from this email sequence template. So whichever market you win, you should have a total of 2 chapters now, and you should have all of these emails here. And then what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be connecting all of this, basically copying and pasting them and putting them into our autoresponder service. So in order to do that, on the left-hand side where it says automation, just click on that, and then we're going to be clicking on where it says campaigns. Now from here, what we need to do is we need to go ahead and create a campaign. Now, before we start this, I need to go ahead and show you how to connect your opt-in form to your landing page. So what we need to do now is we need to go ahead and connect that and integrate it with our account. So now that we have a list created, we're going to go ahead and do that with our landing page. So we're going to go to our notepad, and I'm going to grab the opt-in page here. Go ahead and copy that. And then I'm just going to open this in a new tab, paste it, and go ahead and go there. And then I'm going to edit it with Optimize Press. This way we can go ahead and I'm going to show you how to connect and integrate the opt-in page so that when people put their email in, they get included, they get added onto your list, your email list. So what we're going to be doing from here is we're just going to be connecting this and integrating it to Aweber. In order to do that, we need to go ahead and add an integration. So what I want you to do is just go to your dashboard, your main dashboard, and then go to the left-hand side to where it says Optimize Press, and then go down to integrations. And once you click on integrations, you'll see this section here where it says a button that has add new integrations. Go ahead and click on that, and then you'll see it up top where it says Aweber. Now I already connected it. I'm just going to show you now that I already connected. So it should pop up once you click on connect. It'll pop up on your screen just like this. It's connected. Once you see Aweber in here, basically when you click on add new integration and then you select Aweber, it's going to redirect you to the page where you have to authorize them. So allow access, and it's just going to have you log into your Aweber account. And then from there, you authorize Optimized Press. And once you do that, it'll redirect you right back to this page here, your Optimized Press dashboard. And then you should see where it says Aweber connected to the service. Once you have this, now we can actually edit our opt-in page. So what I'm going to do now is just go to our opt-in page, and then we're just going to integrate this box here. So in order to do that, we have to go to the Optimized Builder. So I'm just going to click on Edit with Optimized Press here, and it's going to take us to our Optimized Builder. Now that we have Aweber connected in our integration section, if you remember, we had to click on this outer box here. You just click on that, and then you click on this email, and then from here you click on edit integration. So from here you should see Aweber. Now if it doesn't pop up for any reason, up here where it says add new integration, because keep in mind we already have it connected, so it just needs to, I guess, clear the cache or just refresh. In order to do that, in order to have Aweber pop up, if it's not popping up, you just click on this and it'll redirect you to this page here, and then from here you just go back to your opt-in page and you'll see it refreshing, and then this will pop up. So now we just select Aweber and then click on next step. Now from here we're just going to select the list that we're going to use. So I'm going to pick on modern keto practices, and then I'm just going to leave this blank and click on next step, and then this is our form field. So in our case, we just want the first and the last name and email, depending on which opt-in page you picked. This process applies for all of them because they all have an opt-in box. So if you're only requiring the first name, you just select the first name, and then you select the email. If you're requiring the first and last name, you select that as well. I'm going to select the first and last name for the sake of this video, and I'll click on next step. So I'm just going to leave this area blank because I don't want to add anything additional to our opt-in box. So I'm just going to go to next step. And then this is the GDPR, which basically stands for General Data Protection Regulation from the EU. I recommend showing this to EU visitors only, or you can show it to all visitors, either up to you, but you just want to make sure that you're applying with the regulations of the European Union, because they're pretty strict with their GDPR regulations. And this is actually something they introduced about a few years ago, and that the rest of the world is starting to adopt in their own way. So just keep in mind, you want to stay up on stuff like this. And if you want, you can just copy and paste and then just search Google if you want more additional information on it. But there's basically the General Data Protection Regulation. It's a European Union regulation on data protection and privacy in the EU and the European Economic Area. And it's an important component of the privacy law and human rights law. So just keep that in mind. So I'm just going to let you make that decision. Just for the sake of this example, I'm going to leave it off, and then I'm going to go to the next step. Now, we want them to go to our thank you page. So from here, we actually go back to our notepad and we go to our thank you page, and we'll take this and we'll click on copy. And then we'll come here and say redirect to URL. And we want this URL to be our thank you page. And so once they put their name and their email in, they'll actually be redirected directly to our thank you page. So once we have that done, we'll click on next step. And then now we're complete. And we need to test this. So in order to do that, we just click on preview here, and we can actually put in a test email. And we'll know if it worked if we go back to Aweber and see the name pop up. So I'm just going to put Jeff. And then I'm going to put Carrie, just for example. But one of my dummy emails, the Money Magician 7, and yes, add me to the wait list. Now, as you can see, it redirected me to the thank you page. So that portion has worked. And if we go back to Aweber, just go to the home page real quick. It should show us if we got a new subscriber or not. Now, if we have double opt-in, that means it's not going to pop up until they confirm it. So I'm just going to go ahead and confirm it real quick, just so you see what it looks like when you get a new subscriber on your dashboard. All right, so I went ahead and confirmed it. So now that my subscription has been confirmed, it should pop up in Aweber. So let's go ahead and check that out. I'm going to refresh the screen. I'm on Modern Keto Practices, and it should have a new subscriber. And as you can see, I got a new subscriber. It says today, 1 subscriber. And if you want more information on that, you can go on the left-hand side of this waterfall of settings here where it says subscribers. Just click on that and go to subscribers, and you'll see all of your subscribers come up in here. So right now it's loading, and as you can see, Jeff Carey, the Money Magician, subscribed just now after confirming my email. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and create our email sequences, because we know that the opt-in page works. So now we want them to actually get a series of emails connected to our training pages. So at this point, we already have our email sequences selected. We have them fill in a blank at this point. We have each one of them selected. Either you have them connected to the training pages, so when you copy and paste it into Aweber here, it's going to pop up, or you can just do it from here, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and create this. In order to create a sequence, so once you click on create a campaign, you get to this page here. It's like a little flow chart setup. I just want to show you real quick how this starts. So the campaign is triggered by us getting a new subscriber. So as soon as we get a new subscriber, they immediately they go through this sequence here. This automation flow. So I'm going to remove this just to show you, but you can do anything you want here. In this case, we want to send them a new message. So after they subscribe, we're going to send them a message. Now you have the option to wait. You can put the wait feature in between that. So you can say wait 1 day, or you can have it wait less than a day. You can have it wait an hour. You can have it wait a minute. It's completely up to you. I'm going to remove this because I want them to get the email immediately. Now, in order to customize and make that email, we click on it and then we go to create a message, and we can just go to drag and drop email builder here. So this is where we put our first email. So I'm just going to show you how this looks. So from here, all you got to do is you just take your subject line that you chose from the email sequence. So I'll just go ahead and choose any one of these. Here's your free such and such trick. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to go ahead and put that in the subject line. And I'm going to put, here's your free keto diet meal plan trick. Enjoy. Now from here, all you got to do, you can just delete this, and then we'll take the body copy and you can just copy and paste. That's really all you got to do from here. Just copy and paste. Now we can make all the adjustments that we need to from here, because this is really where it matters the most. And we'll come in here and then we just change this information. So today's free training is all about our proven keto meal plan formula, which has helped countless people do blah, 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 blah. To get started, click the link on the low to access your free ketogenic meal plan formula. So I'll just go ahead and change that meal plan formula. And then you have them go to your first training page. So just for an example, you should have a training page to go with each email sequence. As you can see in this chart here, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a bit. So each email has a training page. So you should already have these filled out. You should already have the videos ready, and you just put them on your notepad here. So you should have a total of 8 training pages on your notepad. So you just pick your first one and then you put it in here. You go ahead and just hyperlink this here. So click here to get your free ketogenic formula, and where it says the link here, just go ahead and click on that, and that's actually where you're gonna put your training page. So you click on paste, and then you click on let me go ahead and just copy this real quick. So you just click paste for your first training page, and then you click on the green check mark, and then it's going to save. And then you do the same thing. You fill out the rest of this information, anything else that has like blanks that you need to fill out, and then you put your first and your last name here. So I'm going to put Jonathan Coates. Boom. And that's the first email out of the 2-chapter email sequence. So all you got to do is you just do that for each one of these emails all the way until you get to the end of chapter 2. Now, chapter 1 has a total of 5 emails. So what we basically do is we just go through the first 5 in chapter 1. We copy and paste these and we put them in here. So once you're done with an email, all you really got to do, you just make sure that everything is linked up and it's filled out correctly and you got everything looking the way you want it to look. You just click on save and exit. So what we do now that we got the first email set up, we go to our photo reference and we see that we have another email that we have to connect to a training page. So we go back and basically to the campaign, we add another message. So we send this and it's going to be the day after. So we want to wait 1 day. So we put perform the next action 1 day after the previous action. So we want to wait 1 day because we don't want it to go right away the very same day. And then we come here and then we basically do the same exact thing. We click on drag and drop email builder, and then we let this come up, and then we want to go to the email sequences and we copy and paste the subject line and we put that in here right here. And then we do the same thing. We basically just copy this email body and we fill in the blanks, make sure that we have our first and our last name here, make sure that we have the places where it says connect to the bonus page, connect that to the bonus page with the one that should be on your notepad. And then the ones that says training pages, you connect the training page. So if it says training page 2, you connect them to training page 2. All right, so you put all of that into your autoresponder service, click on save and exit, and you go through that entire process until you got both chapters showing up here. All right, so once you've done that, you have all of your emails loaded up. You got your bonus page connected to the respective sections of the email sequence where it says connect your bonus page. You got the training pages hyperlinked in those respective sections. You got all emails loaded up in your campaign here. You can do another quick test. You can put the email in on your opt-in form, and you should immediately get your first message. And over the course of the next 14 to 15 days, you should get the rest of the emails. So that's pretty much it. Now we officially have our sales funnel created. We have our opt-in page. We have our thank you page connected to our affiliate offer or our bonus page. We have our bonus page filled out. We have all of our training pages connected to our emails in our autoresponder service. And then we also have our expire page, just in case we use a countdown timer for our bonus page. So when the countdown timer goes off, it gets redirected to that expire page. And we have all the rest of the page that we need for our sales funnel already created and connected to each other. So congratulations. In the next video, I'm going to be talking about creating our website as far as like the important sections of our blog. So because that is the final step before we get into the content roadmap and the traffic generation strategies, advanced and both basic, because that is when we're going to start using the newsletter pages for our ongoing connection and engagement with our subscribers moving forward. And keep in mind, each training page that you have connected to these email sequences, each training page, at the bottom of them, they have an area where you can redirect people to your sales page, whether it be through your bonus page or directly to your affiliate offer. And each newsletter, ongoing newsletters, all of them have that same exact format. So you have a chance every single time you send out a newsletter or a training page to make a sale. So it's really important that we understand that. And this is the initial phase that they go through to basically where you build up trust, rapport, and credibility with your subscribers. And they're more likely to buy your offer rather than if you would just try to sell them something up front. All right. So congratulations. We officially have our sales funnel created. We got the opt-in page, the thank you page, the download page, the bonus page, and we have all the training pages connected to the emails. And in the next module, we're going to be creating our website, basically the layout foundation for the about page, the home page, the privacy policies, all that important stuff, so that we're able to go ahead and start our content strategy and our traffic generation methods. All right. So with that said, I will see you in the next video. See you then.